I would like to wait till the song's over. And then to introduce you to our next keynote speaker. For some, this is the first time you'll meet her. For others, you'll remember she stole the show 2 years ago at our convention. She did such a good job, we decided to bring her back. The more time I spend in the direct selling circles, the more her name comes up. Mary is a direct selling industry leader and an empowering and inspiring speaker. She is a best-selling author and has appeared at every major direct selling venue. She is with us today to inspire and empower you. Please welcome Mary to the stage. Oh, there you are! I am so excited for this. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Orville, and good morning, Scentsy. So I began looking around for something that I could do, perhaps part-time, perhaps a little closer to home. And I saw this ad in the newspaper, and it said, work from home. Well, that seemed too good to be true, but I immediately called the number and said that I was interested in interviewing for the job. Well, I must have sounded amazing on the phone because the woman I spoke to said, I'm going to come and see you this evening and interview you after school. So that night, a very well-dressed woman walked into my house and interviewed me all of 20 minutes. And you're not going to believe this. I got the job. So that's how I stumbled into becoming a party plan beauty consultant. How many people here actually chose to become a direct seller? How many of you at school were thinking, as soon as I graduate college, I'm going to go straight into direct selling? Very few of us. Most of us stumble into the business. So for me, that's how I came into it. And I want to tell you today that I have made every mistake in the book. I've done it wrong. At the beginning, I was so enthusiastic about my products. I was so enthusiastic about my company that I literally ambushed anyone who came anywhere near me. And I have to tell you, I realized I was making it perhaps going a little bit too far. I lived in this community where there are lots of young moms, and I would walk outside my door and I'd see everybody else scurry inside theirs. You know, everybody disappeared. And then I would think, well, I need to go to the market, so I'd load my kids into the car and I'd drive to the market. I'd pull into the parking lot and I'd see all the other cars scrambling for the exit. You know, we got to get out of here. So I realized that I wasn't doing things the right way. And for me, failure was not on one of my multiple choices. I had no choice. I had to make this work for my kids. So I decided to sit down and think about doing it a better way. And that's what I basically came up with, a better way to do this business. And although I won't be talking a lot about business this morning, you have to come to my bookings workshop. It's running from 1 to 2, 2:15 to 3:15, and I guarantee you this, when you walk out of that bookings workshop, you will never have a problem getting bookings again. Oh, I think they want me to do a notice. This has been part of the teamwork. You get to do the notices as well. Oh, I have some announcements. Apparently, some of you have left your children home alone with their dad. Well, he called. He wants you to know they're missing you already. And he also wants you to know if you've been calling to check how things are and he hasn't been picking up the phone, it's because it's very hard to hear the phone over that vacuum cleaner. And he said, don't worry about calling this up. This is quite a long message. Don't worry about calling this afternoon because they're going out on a nature hike this afternoon. Well, there's only one reason you're laughing, and that's you think that this is complete fantasy. So it is fantasy world. Welcome back to planet reality. Right now, your house is a bomb site. The television has apparently got stuck on the sports channel. Your kids have had so many meals at McDonald's that McDonald's is awarding them lifetime loyalty points. When you get home, your husband is going to say, you know what, that laundry fairy doesn't come when you're not here. But here's the thing. Your kids are having a great time with their dad, with their grandparents. But the reality is they are saving up every little scrap, every little scrape, every little scratch, every little argument for you when you get home. And when you pull up at the house and they come running at you and you start to think, oh, they're welcoming me home, it'll be, Mama, you'll never believe what happened when you weren't here and what my sister did. Why would I bring this up at a convention like this? Why would I try and put a damper on events? Well, I tell you what, there's one reason. Who would agree this is a little bit of a fantasy world? We're getting to eat with a knife and a fork. We are sleeping in a bed that somebody else is going to make for us. We are dressing like royalty. Well, some of us. Some of you are dressing like clowns, but nevertheless, we are dressing up. We are being treated to the VIP treatment. We are being thanked for what we do. We are having a wonderful time, but this is fantasy world. And when we get home, some of us are going to make a very bumpy landing on planet reality. Let me tell you some emails that I get after these events, and you are very welcome to email me. I received an email about 6 months ago that still makes me laugh. It was, Dear Mary, I got home from convention 6 days later to find my son wearing exactly the same shirt he had on when I left. I received another email from a consultant in Kansas, and she said, my children are not allowed to drink soda, but my husband likes to have a soda, so I line them up in the refrigerator for him. He takes one out. He went to get a soda, fine. Next day, he went to get another and discovered all of the rest of the row were empties. The children had been taking the soda and just putting them back in the refrigerator. 3 children, 12 sodas, 2 days. And my favorite just happened a couple of weeks ago. And it actually, somebody said, this just happened to me right now. Her children had an argument and one of them dialed 911 to complain. So we know that's going to happen. We know we're going to go home and we're going to have a mountain of laundry to do. We know we're going to go home and have to sort out a few of the things that our children want to sort us out. So how do we deal with that? How do we deal with that and still fulfill all the promises that we're making to ourselves right now, the promises we're making to each other, the things that we're going to do? I am going to become a star director. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. How do we make that happen? Well, there's one thing, and one thing that you have to do. And that is, you have to find a goal that is so powerful that every time you think about it, your heart bursts. It has to be so important to you and so exciting that when you think about it, you have an immediate, instinctive, emotional reaction to it.